Assalamualaikum and hi. So today, me and my team members will present our research about the impact of COVID-19 and post-pandemic to Malaysia economy. So let's start with our first team members.
Assalamualaikum to Madam Husna and my classmate. My name is Saina Najwa PTJP. My ID number is PC22116. Today I would like to present about impact of COVID-19 to the Malaysia economy from aspect education. The COVID-19 pandemic affected educational system worldwide. Most government decided to close education sector in an attempt to reduce the spread of COVID-19. In 12 January 2021, 825 million learners were affected due to school closure in response to the pandemic. The number of cases of COVID-19 started to rise in, and educational sector remained closed. Scarcer education option impacted people with financial resources, while those with more found education. New online programs shifted the labor from education from school to family and individuals, and consequently, people everywhere who rely on school rather than computer and homeschooling had more difficulty. Locally, the first COVID-19 case in Malaysia was recorded on January 25, 2020, involving 3 Chinese citizens from Wuhan, and has continued spreadingly every week. Additionally, several cases demonstrate the ability of COVID-19 to infect individuals with no direct contact to the Wuhan market, where the virus originated from, hence causing the restriction of all physical activities including education. In our recent The State of the Global Education Crisis, a Path to Recovery report produced jointly by UNESCO, UNICEF and the World Bank, we sounded the alarm. This generation of students now risk losing 70 trillion in lifetime earnings in present value, or about 14% of today's global GDP, because of COVID-19 related school closure and economic shocks. The report indicates that in low and middle income countries, already above 50% before the pandemic, could reach 70% largely as a result of the long school closure and the relative ineffectiveness of remote learning. As a result, these children risk missing out on much of the boost that school and learning can provide to their well-being and life chance. The learning recovery response must therefore target support to those that need it most to prevent growing inequalities in education.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Akrim Naim Mahajan. My number ID is ECU22118. Okay. Malaysia is the fourth largest economy in Southeast Asia and 39th largest in the world as of 2021. It is a newly industrialized market economy that is relatively open despite being state-oriented. The Malaysian economy has been steadily growing over the past years. The COVID-19 pandemic that started in Wuhan, China at the end of 2019 has had a major impact of the global level. This health crisis led to the worst economy crisis since the Second World War. This study examines the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on Malaysia's economic trajectory. Before the COVID-19 pandemic hit, Malaysia experienced encouraging economic growth despite facing fierce competition from neighboring countries in driving economic progress through technological development and innovation. Malaysia is also limited by the challenge of population demographic change that will bring various implications such as labour shortage and increased public spending in the future. Malaysia's economy has been affected due to the Movement Control Order (MCO), measured as well as border closures to control the spread of the COVID-19 outbreak. All sectors of the economy and foreign investment in Malaysia receive a negative impact, so that many residents experience a reduction in income and even lost their jobs. The socio-economic status of the Malaysian population changed drastically and worsens the problem of poverty in Malaysia. The The country's income has also decreased while the government provides large allocation to curb the COVID-19 pandemic as well as restimulate the country's economic activity. The national debt has increased to accommodate the growing financial burden of the country due to pandemic. Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Zulhafiz bin Mastur. My ID number is PC2101. So let's move on to the theory and application. In theory and application, there is two categories, which is theory approach and theory assessment. Theory approach refer to the use of theories to inform and guide our research. Theory approach involve using existing theories to develop research questions, to interact and analyze data about impact of COVID-19 to our educational system, and to draw a conclusion about the topic that being studied. By relying on established theories, research can build on the knowledge and understanding that has already been developed in their field and contribute to the advancement of that knowledge. In theory approach, we choose interview as our method, as we interviewing a few respondents by Google Form to get an input for impact COVID-19 and post-pandemic to Malaysia economy. We spread a Google Form to Student University Malaysia Pahang to get a relevant data that relate to our main point. A few students have filled in their answer that relate to our project. Next, theory assessment. Theory assessment is an important process in our research for ensuring that theories are based on sound evidence and are useful for explaining about COVID-19 issues. It's also an ongoing process as new evidence that may lead to the revision or replacement of existing theories. We have chose journal and article as our sources of information. In this project, we also find a data by journal and article to make it as our additional source that relate to our project. By journal and article, we got a few sources from different perspectives about economy, COVID-19, post-pandemic, and many more. We also use journal from a few universities to strengthen our data and information about impact of COVID-19 and post-pandemic to Malaysia economy.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Adik Safwan bin Shahrul. My ID number is PC22096. I will talk about relevant data. Impact of COVID-19 on learning. The first question is, how is the new norm in the system teaching and learning when COVID hits? Most of the answer I get are, learning is done online, but there are various challenges such as lack of good internet coverage, which make online learning difficult. Second question, are students or teachers in a dilemma regarding internet access throughout the online learning process? Many people say that they are students and teachers in a dilemma because of the unstable internet interference throughout the learning process. The main factor of this problem is because of the unlimited use of the internet, which result in internet access that is falling in terms of speed and internet access. This also cause classes not to be held or students not being able to participate in class held online. Third question, has there been a change in the way of communication since COVID-19 hit the country? Most of people say that there is a change in communication, that is, they can only communicate online, and if they want to face-to-face, it a big risk of getting infected with the virus COVID-19. In fact, as a result of being used to communicating online, now Malaysians have become less communicative face-to-face. And the government also does not allow group meeting to prevent the spread of this epidemic. Post-pandemic to Malaysia economy. The first question is, has unemployment increased after COVID-19 hit? The answer that we obtain is yes, unemployment increased very high when compared to the previous year. In fact, this increase is also due to workers who have been fired because the employer cannot afford to pay the workers' wage. However, dismissed workers have to find other job to make ends meet. Second question, is there a depreciation of the ringgit against the US dollar during the pandemic? And the answer is yes. Malaysia is depreciating. However, this is expected to benefit the export-oriented sector that employ more than 30% of Malaysian workforce. In fact, Malaysia export have increased by 30% this year, supported by several factors. including exchange rate expression gains, acceleration in export growth, and some extent contribute to higher job creation and wage increase. This shows that it's important for us to have a diversified economy that helps reduce external shock. 3. In the banking sector, has the financial system experienced a greater decline than before? The answer is yes. This is because investment is decreasing, people saving in the bank will decrease, and even more people are in debt to the bank. The economy is not running well because people save money and do not want to flow that money by buying and selling. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Ashakini binti Amran and my number of metric card is PC22115. I will explain the suggestion for improvement about the impact of COVID-19 in education. My first point is online learning. In the digital era of the latest revolution, the field of education is not left behind in undergoing transformation. Online learning is a new platform for students and teachers to use. It's also a necessity towards a developed Malaysia. Along with the Movement Control Order, that is MCO, implemented by the Malaysian government to curb the spread of the COVID-19 epidemic, online learning methods are a necessity. There are various types of digital learning platforms that have the potential to continuously launch the education system, such as Google Classroom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, and others. In addition, television learning program also are one of the suggestions to improve the COVID-19 in education. Television learning programs start to be broadcast to help students learn from home during COVID-19 lockdown. It is also one of the platforms that make it easier for students to understand and learn their lesson. This is because through the television learning programs, students can learn different methods from their teachers and can fill their free time with useful knowledge. Malaysian Education Ministry also makes the best alternative to ensure teaching and learning at home can be watched through MyTV, Astro, and TV Unified. Through existence of these television learning programs, we can see that technology is a strategic variable to drive the country's productivity as well as empower educators to be more skilled and expert in delivering learning content creatively based on curriculum and co-curriculum.
In conclusion, the impact of COVID-19 on the education sector has left them in a tight spot as the economy continues to be locked down. With this impact on the education sector, it will take some time to restore normalcy. However, digital transformation in education has bridged the gap by providing distance learning regardless of demographic boundaries. Educational institutes such as school, college, and universities become easy by using online platforms to carry out teaching and learning. That's all. Thank you.